irresponsible. What did you mean by that?
I don't know.
Like if
Well, it depends where you are. But I think men definitely can.
Because women can multitask probably better than men.
Like using your brain and being logical.
Okay,
men.
So can I have an example?
No.
Can I have an example?
No, there can be.
Do you mean
So
sexually?
I don't just want to say that all women are just complete illogical, and that if you do give this power to men, they would be so much more responsible and more logical.
Really, I think they'd be much more responsible with it, especially with the way the laws are now. I mean, like you don't want to knock up the wrong girl. You're gonna be paying for it for 20 years.
Maybe they would be more responsible because more times the men don't want the child, so they probably would be more responsible about it. Probably.
What, in regards to taking the contraception? But if they're not responsible without it now, then what would make them more responsible with it?
Because I feel like men just lean on the fact that, I just have one thing to do, and that is only my responsibility.
Yeah, but
nothing
they're
else
not
is
silly to the consequence of that.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're not. Like now it's just like the responsibility is off me.
Yeah.
It's like I can do whatever I want. And if as long as I have protection, then that's my duty. That's my, like, everything else is not me right now. So if you were to reverse the roles, they would have to think more, I need to do this, I need to do this. They would have to be more responsible.
I wouldn't say that men would think that it's not me, but say, for example, you are taking contraception. We ain't taking condoms. And let's say, for example, we made a woman pregnant. We have no power anyway. So I wouldn't say automatically men are like, okay, cool. There's nothing more. That's it, I'm done. It's more like, okay, this is all I can do.
Yeah.
Because, for example, if we could equally make a decision whether this child can be born or not, I'm pretty sure men would give more input. But how many times have you heard men trying to give an opinion and a woman's like, nope, what I say is what it is?
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm saying, and also, another point I was going to add is, a lot of the times, due to the emotional attachment of the baby growing inside you, sometimes your decisions may not be for the best. Because as men, we don't go through that. Our brains are always going to think more logically because we don't have that attachment. So I might be like, for example, my lifestyle right now isn't ready for a child. Where your life, how I feel right now, it doesn't make sense to me getting rid of this baby because I know how I'm going to feel after. Where I'm thinking, if we bring this into the world, our financial situation or our living situation is not beneficial for this child. So it's better that we don't have this child.
But that's once you've already conceived. How is my life going to change?
No, they don't think.
They don't. They just think.
They don't.
Do you guys think what she's saying is true? Just by and large, the guys in the room.
No, I think most men do think about the consequences of their actions. It's unfortunate that sometimes babies are born, but I know, speaking for myself, I think about all the consequences of all the actions that I do before I get into anything, I try and take responsibility for the actions that I take, and I try and always preempt what might happen if I engage in a particular act, no matter what it is. So...
But I don't know, I'm just looking from a perspective of, like, let's say nightclub state. I don't think many guys drink and think like, I might get pregnant. They just see a hot ass and they go for it.
But then also
then
to add to that, so if the woman is just as irresponsible as a man is, for example, let's say I'm going to have sex with someone, for example. If this woman doesn't really care at all about contraception, anything, then it's like, okay, if you don't care, more times I'm not going to care.
But you should
if you're very serious about the protection, that's going to make me serious.
But you should put your own life in your hands, not in some strangers. Do you know what I mean? Because now you're giving your life, or how your life is going to go to some stranger. If you're easy, I'm easy. If you're serious, then I'm more protected. You shouldn't do that.
Well, then I think the decisions we make are based on get pregnant. What happens?
You'll still be okay.
I can still move to Miami for a new job, and
you see a child once a week, once a month.
Exactly, or once a year or something. But you can't.
But is that okay?
I'm just saying that's
the risk for them is way less. That's why.
I think the risk is more for men.
More.
Yeah, having a kid with the wrong girl, it can ruin your life. You could be on child support for 18 years. People commit suicide over not...
Still part to blame.
We have a friend that we know personally, and he was with his wife at the time. But due to their disagreements, for example, he is fighting hard to get some form of custody over their child. But because she is the female, she gets more priority. and he's fighting to the point where he tells me how stressed he is, sleepless nights, wanting to see his children, but she's just like, no, and they're not really giving him the time of day. Do
you not think in that situation, I've seen a lot of women know the man very well. They know how to push the buttons, and the man just doesn't know how to control that woman. Like sometimes if you just give a woman silence, she'll come to you and say, oh, can you see the child or something like that, you know? So I feel like those men, they're not maybe as equipped or mentally, they're just going the wrong route, you know, where the woman has all the power and you just keep begging her or, you know.
But then why does he have to beg to see his child?
No, if he stops, she will come after a year say, oh, can you see the child?
Can you guarantee that? Because not every woman may think like
some women are
you just need to try.
Some women are just spiteful.
I think,
but it's like that shouldn't be legal.
It's very wrong.
Because if it's the other way around, I'm pretty sure the same energy that's being poured towards him wouldn't be poured towards her.
I think it takes a strong man to control a woman and not have that baby drama. But there's a way you can do it.
What do you guys think? Yeah.
There's a plan. You can do it.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Do you think it's easy to control baby mamas?
No.
I wouldn't say easier, but there's a way. Okay. But it's difficult. But it's possible.
It just depends on your situation.
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Yeah? No?
It's the issue I have here is the whole point of it's got to be a strong man to control a woman, but then the same way you still be criticizing the man for not filling his role as a father. So it's like, either way as a man, it's like why does every man have to be strong to be able to have
hard
a level
to
of
be a man
to their child? So I'm saying
it can be a hard life for a man.
I feel like right from the start of the problems, if she starts giving problem, referring to the baby mama, I don't like saying baby mama, the mother of your child and stuff. Yeah, and you got to give that impression that you're ready to walk away.
And it's a lot of the time. It's always
if you give that impression that you're ready to walk and mean it. Yeah. Trust me, things gonna go your way.
When she knows you're staying and you're gonna be there and chase, she's gonna make it harder. That's what I think.
See, but all that's drama for my child. All that's drama. And then if I do walk away thinking that it might work,
you can come back by
as
law.
a father, you ain't doing right by your child. It's like
it doesn't matter. Your child will know when you grow up. You can tell. Well, I know there's damage, but you know. You can walk away for a year. I swear she's gonna come back and say, "Can you see your child once?"
She might not. This is all assumptions right now.
Yeah, but okay, you said that there might be damage to the child, but what about you? You've missed a year of your child's life. Like, maybe the child in the future won't remember. They might, but whatever.
And the first 4 years, the first 4 years of life, that's when the most development happens for the child. Like, I know a decent amount about adoption, and like this relates because my parents adopted 3 teenagers, but a lot of times, like, even if you adopt a 4 or 5 year old and they don't remember like before, they're so psychologically damaged from like going from different caretakers that like I have a friend that I knew through church, and like she had a brother that was just like so damaged from the first 4 years of his life being with inconsistent caretakers that it damaged him for life, and he was always like the problem kid in the family.
I mean, it is unfair. The power between women and men when there's, they're not together and there's a child is just a lot of disadvantages. It's very unfair, especially even less. No matter how much you earn, there should be like a cutoff point.